Hello, Young Road here, and welcome to my channel. Well, it's been a while since I've done one. What with everything else, I think the last one I did was down to the Isle of Wight. But since then, you know, we've had yet another lockdown. All this lousy, bad, snowy, cold weather. I've just basically sawn my bikes now. The training scheme has had to shut down again, so we've got no lessons to do, no CBTs to conduct, so it's all a little bit grim at the moment. But as I said, I'm sure everyone out there is finding it just the same. You know, the only thing to do is plod on, so to speak. You know, apart from my bikes, my other passion is my rifle target shooting. Once again, all the shooting ranges are shut, so yeah, it's pretty boring, really. With doing my biking, my teaching, my touring, my holidays on the bikes, and going shooting up to the range, I've got a very good social life. I've got a lot of friends. I'm blessed and fortunate for that. And yeah, you know what? I really miss them. I don't go and see my dad very often, you know, because he's old and he's vulnerable. So I miss going to see the old man and having a chat with him. There's loads of things where we can all feel a little bit sorry for ourselves, and I'm only human, I do the same. And at times like this, I think you've just got to look at the plus points and not the minus. You know, the main thing is I'm still here, because a lot of people aren't. I haven't lost anyone to this pandemic. A lot of people have. You know, I've not been in hospital. I'm blessed in a way, yeah, okay, I'm stuck at home and I can't do the things I want. But look at all the bonuses which I've got, you know. Some people have lost their businesses, lost their living, you know, out of work. So there's actually hundreds and hundreds of thousands, you know, maybe millions of people affected through this, a lot worse off than I am. So you've just got to, you know, sit it out, and, you know, hopefully things will return to a somewhat normal. I think it's going to be a long time before we reach a normal as we knew it, but at least to get some form of normality back in life. I spoke to a police person this morning, and well, she's a female, I don't call them policemen, but police lady, police person, law enforcer, whatever we wish to title. It says last night, most of the night was spent breaking up parties in the city centre. You know, how crazy is this? Don't these people realise what they're doing? You know, come on, wake up, smell the coffee. Don't act a moron. Just, you know, do as what we need to do to help get through this. During the pre-Christmas lockdown, decided to get the house decorated. Now normally you do a room here and a room there, and it will sort of drag on, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to be decorating during the summer, because that's time I can either go shooting or out on my bike. So I thought, you know, what the heck, I just stuck into it for a month, and I got the whole house done. Pleased with the results. So, you know, it was better than sitting around being bored. You know, another thing you can do is help out, volunteer doing things. A good friend of mine, he's now driving like Meals on Wheels for people who can't sort of make their own dinner. And he said, here again, it just gets him out of the house. I've sort of took one of my rifles in for a service, because I can't use it at the minute, so that's a little job I can get done. I've got quite a bit to do to the bikes. The Triumph, the alarm just keeps draining and killing the battery, so basically it's going to be removed. The ZZR, I tend to find on a long journey, especially for motorway here and in Europe, and I can't get to put my feet down, I tend to get sort of achy knees a bit. That's what happens when you get to my age. So I've actually bought some footrest lowering pegs. So obviously I can actually try and make the bike a little bit more comfortable. The handlebars have been raised. I've made an adjustment to the luggage rack, so that fits a little bit better. I'm going to look into getting a new seat for it with some gel pads. So they're all things which I can do. Now, not only is it something to do, it also gives me it makes me more positive, you know, because I'm thinking, well, these are all jobs which will be great for when things do return back to some normality. And, you know, my rifles are going to be serviced, the house has been decorated, and my bikes are going to be great to use as much of the season as we're allowed. I look at my past videos like this one here, leaving Bourton on the Water. Absolutely lovely day out with my stepson on his new Super Duke 1290. These are the days I just long to return, and I'm sure if everybody does their bit, they will return. We just have to be a little bit more patient and keep our fingers crossed, really. I've got loads of events for next year. All being well, you know, depends on what the lockdowns happen here and abroad. I've got a trip to Bruges, I've got a trip to Scotland, I've got everything's booked for next October for the diamond races on the Isle of Wight. I think that will be busy because the TT's been cancelled yet again, so I think that will be a good turnout should it go ahead. I've got tickets to go and see Genesis, my long-term favourite band. Never managed to see them. The date's already been changed for the third time, so I can see it being changed again. I can't see a stadium getting ready for a gig of that size ready for April, but we'll see. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, try and be positive and think about obviously what we can get to do for next year, and just hopefully it's going to be a hell of a lot better year than this year. One of the things I had been looking into during this period is sort of changing my bike. I thought, well, I've got the ZZR14. I have ridden a GTR 14 and it was a little bit more comfortable. I never had one of those before. I always sort of considered them the older man's bike, but you know, I've got to stop deluding myself. I'm 62 now, so I've actually become that old man, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, but you know, facts are facts. So I thought, well, if I can just give myself a little bit more leg room by lowering the footrests and hiring the seat. I'm 6'2.5", so I do need a fair bit of room, and hopefully that will give some improvements to the bike. I also hope to put a small top box on the bike, so you know, my wife can sort of lean up against it, and that way it will probably give her a little bit more room, and so she can stretch her legs and wriggle around a little bit more. The experts say, you know, trying to remain positive and keep yourself occupied is actually good for our mental well-being, and I think that's something which that term is used a lot now, whereas never really heard of it much before all this. I think one of the worst things about this, it actually hasn't done much good for the well-being of my waistline. You know, I'm at home a lot more, stuck in a lot more, so I'll probably have a few more cups of coffee. But I'm one of these people that, you know, a cup of coffee on its own is really nice. It doesn't come to life until you've got a chocolate digestive with it. So I need to sort of work on the old diet again. I lost a lot of weight before, and I've not put it all back, but quite a bit's come back, so that needs to be addressed. So anyway, all I can say is, you know, think about what I've said, keep yourself positive, plan for next year, and let's hope things will be back to some form of normality. If you like this video, please tick. Subscribe would be nice, I could sure use with it. But what's left me to say is take care, be safe. When we ride safe, and bye for now.